Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. Welcome to a content of the show. Hope you're doing well for having a wonderful day on this 22nd September 2025. Today we're talking about being or feeling overwhelmed. So lately, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've been feeling overwhelmed. We have so many plans and we have so little time to do them. So it's adding up, right? And it gets to you after a while. So why am I feeling that way? Well, like I said, I did a video about this way before. The video was basically me talking about the new job that we have, the new job that we have, which is A. There's little B. Little B is what? Little B. Look at me talking like a douchebag. Little B is us realizing that we haven't ate. Whoops. So we've been doing a lot lately. For example, the work, meeting for government. It's been feeling overwhelmed because I can't focus on one thing, and some of those things are a bit more demanding mentally, physically than others. So we have a little bit of a problem with that. Is it a big problem? No, it's not a big problem. It's very, very minimal. And to me, this is kind of nice because as much as we're living a good life, there's kind of responsibility. There's kind of expectation for us, and I feel like we're in a position where those expectations are becoming more and more reality. We're spending days, weeks, months doing what we want, and then like, okay, well, back to reality. You got this to do and to say. So it's very different, but it's a good different. It's a good different because it's a callback to reality, and you got to be part of that reality. I just did a video which is kind of long about ish, 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 ish. Ish, 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 ish. Sorry. Somebody did it because I was posting the nature corn. Yeah, I was posting the nature corn and somebody showed us cars and on TikTok, so that's not cool. So with this, we're feeling overwhelmed because there's so much on the plate, and for some reason, it's never about how much is on our plate. It's actually how many things are on the plate, and I'm like that in real life, and it's stupid because I'm gonna be associating that with food because food is a mode of comfort, and life is about being comfortable. So, steam a hot dog, put this in the microwave. It's life changing. So what you got here is actually you're literally in a position where, how can I say this? You're literally in a position where it's so complex. It's so complex. You're in a position where you're okay. As a kid, what I used to do, I used to literally prepare my food. My father would raise me by supplying with your food. So what I would do is I would literally eat one part of the meal. For example, right, you're eating ham and potatoes. I would eat all the ham, then I would touch the potato, versus putting them together. And I didn't like them mixed. So I think that's what's going on with real life. I feel like there's a lot of mixture, and it's crazy because there's a little ramification already. Because we're at work, we're not thinking about making content. Now, on an occasion last week where I had to make content on the fly because my computer was broken. It's kind of important, right? Now, there's a couple of things that's going on. The couple of things are, example, how can I say this? The couple of things are, for example, the factor that we are having some great idea. For example, we just did supper. Close to this team. That was amazing. That was amazing. Cheap and amazing. Literally put that shit in the microwave for 2 minutes. It's cooked to perfection. So, it's not a good idea for a matter, right? So with Resident Evil, I'm like, oh, you know what? I can read the book. I can watch a movie. I didn't know how much movie there was. The movie there's 14 of them. If they're about an hour and a half each, let's say they're an hour and a half each, we're talking about an hour and a half, 21 hours. I don't know about you guys, but 21 hour is how many days of work is treated of work. Only that. The books, there's a lot more than the movies. How many days of work is that? That's again, it's a lot more. And we're having those ideas, but can we complete them? And this is what happened last year. This is why I did a burnout. It was always about, okay, well, I have this idea, I have this idea, I have this idea, and then you have all of those ideas, but they become kind of meaningless because you write them down, right? And then you're busy for 2 weeks, and then you find a paper where you write down something, and you're either asking yourself, is this a good idea, or is this something that I shouldn't do? So then you're in a position where you're doubting your own idea, which is sad. I'm a guy that likes to think about something, to do it. I'm impulsive in life. So yeah. So the feeling of being overwhelmed is a good thing, but it's a bad thing, because if you look at the last 2 days of work that I had, it was phenomenal. We worked a lot, but then it catched up to us because today we slept for 11, 12 hours. I'm like, holy shit. And this is good because like your body needs to sleep, right? And if the body needs to sleep, it should get to sleep. Tomorrow we're working, today we're not working, so I can sleep as much as I want. There's no problem. But it's still worrying. It's like, okay, well, I'm not the healthiest person, let's be honest here. But even then, I'm like, that's not normal. What's going on with me? And the answer is I don't know. The answer is I got no freaking clue. That's a good thing though. That's a good thing. It's a good thing because you're questioning things, right? We for the longest of time, yes, we worked hard, yes, we made a lot of content, but we never questioned life. We were grateful for what we had, we were grateful for what was going on, and that was pretty much it. And then the whole thing started to shift, and the shift was kind of simple but kind of hard at the same time. The shift was okay, well, guess what? um why am I so tired? Do I have time to do that? For example, this morning, right? This morning I wake up at 8. I have an appointment at 10. So I'm like, okay, well, you have it all the times. And then I literally have to stop in the midway because I'm like, okay, well, you're going to be late. And you're like, what the heck happened? And then when you realize, you're like, okay, well, I didn't do that much. So there's a difference between being overwhelmed or feeling overwhelmed. And I don't know what it is. I do not know what it is. We're feeling overwhelmed, which is not a good thing. But at the same time, I think it's part of life. I think it's one of those challenges of life, and because we're challenged, we're gonna rise up. Because we're gonna rise up, we're gonna have some rewards for that. I'd rather work hard and hard and hard versus having everything easy in life. And then you have my parents that are proud of you. So there is definitely some pros and cons, but let's just say there's more pros and cons. And that is kind of nice. I gotta say, this is kind of nice. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I could be telling you that everything is okay. I feel like everything is okay. Just a question of balance. It's just a question of getting to where you want to go. Then you realize that you don't really know where you want to go. But hey, it's part of life, right? And these are questions that you should ask yourself way younger. This is a question that you should ask yourself years before I do. But then I'd rather have this lesson right now than when I have a kid, when I have a wife, when I have a business, right? Right now is the time to have those questions. And at the same time, this feeling of being overwhelmed, for example, last year we worked twice, not twice, but close to twice as hard as what we're doing this year. But I didn't question myself, and now we're questioning ourselves. And I feel like that's also, we're not fully in. And with the government, with the job, like I said before, we're one step in, one step out, one step in, one step out. So that's kind of harder to realize. But listen, it takes what it takes. I'm happy that we're here. I'm happy that I'm in front of you guys. I'm happy that we get to do this together, and possibly a terrible ending or possibly the greatest ending. But it's something we're doing, right? Doesn't I feel like in life it doesn't matter the road you take, as long as you take a road, right? As long as you don't stay doing nothing. I spent years of my life, decades of my life doing nothing. Now we're finally doing something. So right there is an improvement. I was thinking about the job that I have, which is, it's 18 hours minimum salary. 18 hours a week. It's better than what I had, so we're walking in a way, and it's not a lot, but we're still moving forward, and that's the important part, right? So yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.